Assignment of 360s can be intimidating. This video is going to describe subject-assigned 360s as part of a standard process. So I go to Assign and click on Assignment. Any workflows, any assessments, any 360s are assigned from the system this way. I would click on the radio button that says 360s, and any ordered inventory that is a 360 type will show up in this list. I'm going to choose the 360 example, and then this is where you can annotate that you want it to be subject assigned. Administrator assigned has more oversight. It's someone assigning on behalf of a subject, choosing the participants and raters for them, a little bit higher level, where subject assigned is the subject has direct control over who receives the participant information. If I click on subject here and continue, it allows me to put in individuals. It allows me to upload from a participant file. I'm going to create a couple of subjects from scratch and then search a couple as well. So I'm going to create one. I'm going to call him Mike Marcus. Not very good with this naming thing, so I apologize for the silly names, and I'll hit save. Using my email address gives it that bark that says, hey, this email address has already been used. Are you sure he or she exists? I'm now going to search, and I'll take advantage of the fact that I've put quite a few in here. I'll grab Anthony, click done. I'll do one more. I'll do an advanced search here, and I'll search by my email address and hit search, and I want to add release testing and Lou Alcindor. So I'll add those checked people and click done. So now I have 4 subjects that I'm going to assign. I click continue. It's going to ask me, we're doing this for development. These are just used for research purposes. As I've said before, I'm blowing up our research data. Put that information in. It's going to verify. You assign 4 different people. Are you using the same research demographics for each of them? I'm going to say yes. And then it asks me, do you want to send assignments? What subject assigned email do you want to show? Rater assigned email, etc. So I'm going to click continue. I'll just take the defaults. And it gives me a little bit of an overview of what I've done, and I'm going to click assign. So Mike, Anthony, release testing, and Lou Alcindor all are going to receive emails from me. This is where the process starts to deviate a little bit from administrator assigned. In administrator assigned, all the emails have gone out, but the subjects have actions to take when it's subject assigned. So I'm going to log into my email. First, I'll log out of here so sessions don't get confused. I'm going to log into my email, and we'll just pick on Lewis. So, hey, Lewis, it's been requested that you do some stuff for a 360 for Jared. We're going to click Start Assessment, and Lewis is going to be prompted to add some raters to this process. He can select existing, as I did before. He could search using my email and say, yeah, Austin is my boss. I'll add him. Excuse me. He can select again and pull a couple more in. So let's pull in Angela Small here, and she is a peer. And then he can add his own raters if they don't exist in the system. So we'll do Molly McBride, and we'll keep using my email address. And we will use the M McBride login, and Molly is going to be a peer. We now have 3 in there. We need to create another peer and a couple more direct reports. So I'm just going to go through the little bit tired process for those watching of creating a 3rd peer. So we now have our 3 peers, and we'll do a couple of direct reports, and we'll call it finished. So we'll do George Mikan here. It's a direct report, and it'll allow us, you have to meet these 3 conditions to protect people's anonymity, or else the system won't want to report on it, because then it no longer becomes an anonymous process if you only have one person reporting or something like that. So we'll keep searching for Jared. We'll do Bob Jenkins, and he'll be a direct report. We should have met all the conditions. We have a boss, 3 peers, and 3 direct reports. It does warn you that after you click continue, you're not going to be able to add or remove. An administrator is going to have to do that for you. But we'll click continue because we think we're pretty good. It warns you one more time. Assignments will be sent to your raters. You'll not be able to add additional raters. That's the case of the subject. The administrator still can. Are you sure you want to continue? And we click yes. And then this subject, which was Lewis, his process is finished of assigning the other raters, and it's going to deliver then the 360 assessment to him. So those emails are getting sent, and then Lou's going to move on in the process. So we'll wait for this screen to come back for Lou, and he will know that it's time to complete his 360. So we now see Lou's 360, and Lou thinks he's awesome at everything. So we'll go ahead and put that in and click finish. And in this process, then Lou's going to get a message that his session is complete. Thank you for his participation. Behind the scenes, the people that he assigned said, hey, Lou's asked you to rate him, and they get emails and go through the process as well. The difference for them is they don't have to add raters. So all those participants got added. They just happen to all go to my email address. So that's closing the process of subject assigned 360s. You first add the subjects. The subjects then are taken to a screen to add the raters, and those emails go out for the raters to finish.